I want to thank everyone for coming truly from the bottom of my heart. If you were in the Wood County Development Authority meeting or our corporation meeting, you probably witnessed me almost crying tears of joy because I'm so happy about this project. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Lindsay Kerr-Pearsall. I'm the executive director of both the Wood County Development Authority and the Parkersburg Wood County Area Development Corporation. When I accepted my current position 18 months ago, it was very apparent to me that Wood County, West Virginia was a very special place, an ideal place to live and raise a family, a wonderful location to start, grow, or expand a business. And I believe that anything is possible if a group of people are committed to the principles of collaboration, cooperation, change, communication, the power of information, and perseverance. The Wood County Development Authority and the Parkersburg Wood County Area Development Corporation Board of Directors and membership share these beliefs, as do our business leaders, elected officials, and many community organizations. And we share in the belief that economic opportunities could best be taken advantage of by building upon the foundation of what we have, not what we don't have. This is an important distinction. We recognize that job growth in any community is primarily generated from existing businesses, that taking care of what we have is the first order of business development through retention and expansion. Tonight, we have an exciting announcement to make that exemplifies these attributes and philosophical approach. Many people have worked very, very hard over a long period of time to arrive at this moment. Some you will hear from tonight, many are in this room that you will not hear from, but please understand that tonight's announcement could not have come to be without the dedication and commitment of many people and organizations. Today is a great day for Wood County, West Virginia, and the Mid-Ohio Valley as a whole, the first day of many more great days to come. For the members of the media present tonight, please hold any questions that you have until after the press conference. Several of our distinguished guests this evening will be available to answer any and all of your questions. With that being said, it is my distinct honor and privilege to introduce our distinguished guest this evening. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Ono, President of Hino Motors Manufacturing, USA.
Thank you, Lindsay. Good evening. My name is Takashi Ono, President of Hino Motors Manufacturing. On behalf of Hino USA, I'd like to thank you for attending today's press conference. I'm very pleased to announce that we plan to purchase and make the former Cold Water Creek Distribution Center in Mineral Wells, West Virginia, the new home of Hino truck production in United States. Just 2.5 months ago, we celebrated our 10th anniversary in West Virginia. Our home for the past 10 years in Williamstown has been credible for Hino with great team members and tremendous support from local government. In particular, we cannot thank enough of the support we received from Mayor Jean Ford. During those years, we have increased our production by 500% and have become a recognized brand of award-winning lineup of trucks throughout the United States. But this growth, combined with our future growth plans, we have outgrown our current home, and now we need to take our next step. The new plant, which is 4 times the size of our current plant, will allow us to combine several assembly operations under one roof, providing us with significant efficiency gains. In addition to producing Hino's current award-winning lineup of trucks, we will start the production of new Class 7 and 8 trucks in 2019. This truck will be powered by Hino's proven 9-liter engine, producing up to 360 horsepower. We plan to reveal the new truck at the 2018 NTEA Work Truck Show. Additionally, we plan to continue our effort to localize parts and operation from Japan, including cab assembly operation, a process currently conducted in Japan. We plan to invest approximately $100 million, creating about 250 new jobs by early 2020 over two-shift operation. But most importantly, the close proximity of our new plant to Williamstown will enable us to maintain our current family of 300 team members. I cannot ask for a better scenario. We will continue to invest in new product and infrastructure to meet the growing needs of the U.S. truck market. And we will continue to invest in our team members. It took many months for us to get here today. The joint effort of West Virginia Economic Development Authority and West Virginia and Wood County Business Development Offices, along with Hino team in US and Japan, made today's announcement possible. There are many who worked very hard to make this happen. I'd like to thank the West Virginia Economic Development Authority, Wood Thrasher, and David Warner, along with West Virginia Development Office, Chris Hopkins, and Steve Spence, to name a few. Also, Wood County Business Development members, Lindsay Carr and Ed McDonough, and Bob Bays from Bowles Rice. And of course, Governor Justice for his undivided support of this project. Their perseverance and patience is what helped us to make this happen. I thank you so much. Our plan is to make the new Hino West Virginia plant the benchmark for Hino's global operation. Safety first, quality always, and Kaizen forever. With this motto, we will achieve this goal. Thank you so much.
I'm short, so I have to adjust this. I want to thank President Ono for the confidence that you have placed in our incredible workforce, for being a truly outstanding corporate citizen, and for making Wood County an integral part of the future growth and success of Hino Motors USA. Can we give them another round of applause? The West Virginia Department of Commerce and the Development Office played a huge role in making tonight a reality. Chris Hopkins and his team were incredible throughout the entire process. Please join me in welcoming West Virginia's Secretary of Commerce, Mr. Woody Thrasher.
I'm going to start off with a less than pleasant subject, but I want to explain why the governor is not here. We were driving up the interstate. He was right behind me, and he received a call from his wife that, well, first let me explain. The governor and I had 3 discussions up the interstate, and he was very specific to me and what he wanted me to convey to you. So please, I'm about to do that. So he had received a call from his wife. His daughter, Jill, is 7.5 months pregnant and went to her physician today for a routine checkup, and everything was fine. And they went out to dinner, and when they were walking through the restaurant, Jill fell and had a very severe fall. So she was immediately transported to the hospital, and the governor called me, and correctly so, he has turned around and returned to be at his daughter's side. So please excuse his absence, and I would ask each of you to remember him in your prayers, and he's to report to me later on this evening how things look. But obviously he was greatly disturbed at not only the situation of his daughter, but he was also greatly disturbed about not being able to be here for good reason. Family means everything to our governor. And as President Hino just said, he referenced all the people that work at that facility as family members. And it is apparent to both the governor and everyone at the development office that those just aren't words, that they really are felt of as family. And President, I want to tell you that our governor considers you family, and he is most appreciative of the opportunity you have provided to West Virginia citizens. So on behalf of the governor, thank you. So I had been on this job very briefly when I took a trip to Parkersburg and saw Steve and Davey, and I believe Tim and Mike Matheny were there as well. And that's when I began to get educated on this absolutely wonderful facility that currently exists in Williamstown and the quality of product they turn out. As some of you all know, I spent my career in the engineering and construction industry, and I've got lots of friends that are contractors, and they all absolutely rave about the quality of the product. And it is the truck of choice in that industry. Additionally, I had the great opportunity to travel to Japan this spring. I traveled with our international office, who I would ask each of you to stand and be recognized. Steve, everybody please introduce yourselves. So you know, West Virginia has had a presence in Nagoya for, Steve, over 20 years. No other state in the Union has an office in Nagoya. We are unique in that regard. And I came to recognize the importance and significance of these long-term relationships that started when Governor Rockefeller was in office and have matured and continued today. Companies like Hino and the other Japanese companies that do so much business in West Virginia and are so integral to our economy start with a solid relationship, and then business flows from that. And it is a genuine partnership that is linked between the state of West Virginia and Hino and other companies like them. So through our outstanding efforts at the Commerce Office, we have established the types of relationships necessary to have the opportunity to have these kinds of industries. Now, I don't have to tell you this, but I'm going to because it's so good. We all know what 250 high-paying jobs means to our area. It could not be more significant. Added to that significance is it is an assembly facility, which is really the crown jewel of the automotive industry, because you have the opportunity to sort of attract those suppliers to those. So we feel this may be the beginning of many good things to happen, even over and above. It also repurposes the Coldwater Creek facility, which is really fundamental. So we're really killing a couple birds with one stone, as that saying goes. So in summary, on behalf of Governor Justice, I want to tell you just how appreciative we are of Hino Motors, just how appreciative the citizens of West Virginia are for the great employment that they provide, and know that we will always be a good and loyal partner. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, I would like to introduce Aaron Spork, Economic Development Director for Senator Shelley Moore Capito.
Thank you, Lindsay. I bring greetings from Senator Capito, Secretary Thrasher, President Ono, Mr. Stolniker, distinguished leaders of Wood County. Many congratulations on this evening's tremendous announcement that Hino Motors is expanding their operations in West Virginia. I am sorry that I cannot be with you in person tonight, but my duties as your United States Senator require me to be in Washington. Since their initial investment in 2007, Hino continues to be an effective partner in helping to grow the economy and create jobs in West Virginia, and this significant new investment will do even more to help our state. Not only will it make real, tangible differences for Parkersburg and surrounding communities, but it also sends a strong signal that West Virginia is a great place to do business. This is a welcome announcement that I know will have a positive and long-lasting impact on our economy and create hundreds of new job opportunities for hard-working West Virginians. It is also a reminder of how much we have to gain by fostering an environment that makes business want to invest in West Virginia, and I will continue working to make our state even more attractive to companies like Hino. This evening's announcement is a wonderful example of how our state has cultivated a special relationship with Japanese automotive manufacturers, and this investment by Hino furthers that bond. Secretary Thrasher and his team at the West Virginia Development Office are to be commended for their dedication to fostering and maintaining these deep relationships with our friends from Hino, Toyota, NGK, and many other Japanese firms in West Virginia. This investment is a confirmation that we have the workforce to meet the demand for high technology skills of advanced manufacturing and assembly. Today is truly a great day for all of West Virginia. I would also like to congratulate the leaders of Wood County, especially the Wood County Development Authority, for all their efforts. Hino's investment confirms what we already know, that Wood County is a great place to do business. Again, I am sorry that I cannot be with you here in person, and I look forward to visiting the new home of Hino Motors in the near future. It is an honor to serve you in the United States Senate. Sincerely, Shelley Moore Capito.
Thank you, Aaron. Next up, I'd like to introduce Mr. Ryan Thorne, State Operations Manager for Senator Joe Manchin's office.
Good evening. The Senator sends his greetings. I'll read those in just a second, but he wants to convey his thanks for the invitation to participate and his regrets that he's not able to join us, and his sincerest appreciation and thanks to President Ono and Secretary Thrasher for everything that you do for West Virginia. 12 years ago, the idea that a company would come to our state and manufacture commercial trucks was nothing more than a hope and dream. Though with steadfast resolve, a will to succeed, and probably a little luck, we are gathered here to celebrate something previously could only be imagined. As governor, I was honored to lead the team that brought Hino to our state. I am so proud of this company and its team members. I have witnessed firsthand the determination of the entire Hino group to ensuring quality, teamwork, and investment in our state. West Virginia is such a perfect location for business for many reasons, but most notably because of our people. We pride ourselves on providing outstanding customer service and a dedication to our craft, whatever it may be. Hino fits perfectly into this model of excellence, and it has been a privilege to see it flourish in the last decade. Since their launch in 2007, Hino continues to expand their workforce and their operations. proving that our workers can compete in a world economy and that West Virginia is a great place to do business. Today, their announcement of an additional $100 million investment in operations, along with plans to hire potentially 300 more employees, solidifies their vote of confidence in our state. Additionally, Hino has become an active neighbor in the communities in which they operate, participating in local activities such as Relay for Life, blood drives, Hino Scholarship Awards, and partnering with schools and so much more. This announcement is another example that by working together, we can continue to create and keep jobs in West Virginia. It all starts with providing the necessary access to training for these jobs that are sought after by companies across the nation. And that is what we are celebrating today, over a decade of excellence from an outstanding company in an outstanding state. It has truly been a pleasure to see the development of this plant, how it started and how it expanded are all such impressive and inspiring stories. We appreciate their continued trust in our people and our state, and I know that by continuing to work together, we will write Hino Motors' next exciting chapter in West Virginia. With warmest regards, Senator Joe Manchin III. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. Up next, I'd like to introduce Mr. Rod Rogers, District Director for Congressman David McKinley.
President Ono, Secretary Thrasher, other dignitaries and guests. Greetings from Congressman David McKinley. Thank you for the invitation to participate in today's exciting announcement. It's wonderful to have Hino Motors in the great state of West Virginia. Hino is the third largest truck manufacturer in the world. They're expanding into a building with nearly 1 million square feet of space. This new acquisition will provide Hino with 4 times the space of their existing building. With this type of growth, we are confident that they will double in employment by 2020. Just a few weeks ago, we were here celebrating your 10th anniversary, and now we are back again to witness the announcement of this expansion. We are a firm believer in the Hino business climate or culture. As Hino begins this acquisition and expansion, I've instructed my staff to lend any and all support needed to assist Hino in this process, including, when needed, organizing a job fair to aid in attracting the West Virginia workforce needed to properly staff this facility. Currently, Hino attracts its West Virginia workforce from predominantly 4 counties: Wood, Ritchie, Pleasants, and Wirt. We can foresee in the near future that Hino will be able to attract qualified workers from an area double that size as they become a major regional employer. Speaking of the workforce, we would like to congratulate your West Virginia workforce, many of which have been here since the plant opened. As we continue to work to diversify our state's economy, it is very gratifying to witness an expansion like the one here at Hino Motors. One of Hino's goals is to double their market share in the next 6 years. We believe this is attainable. Again, congratulations on this acquisition, and we look forward to assisting you on your continued growth and success. Sincerely, Congressman David B. McKinley.
Before I introduce our next speaker, I want to reach out and thank our 3 Wood County commissioners who are all in attendance tonight. Each of them have been more than willing to help in any way possible. They provided these lovely flags this evening so we could have those. And I just want to say thank you so much for being a county commission that's sole focus is on economic development and seeing the importance in that. With that being said, I'd like to introduce the president of the Wood County Commission, Mr. Blair Couch.
I was worried there for a moment you'd take the wind out of my sails. On behalf of my fellow county commissioners, Bob Teeby, Jimmy Colombo, and myself, and all the citizens of Wood County, today's a great day to be in Wood County. It truly is. It's an honor to speak to everybody here. Way back in 1997, a gentleman came out and with the county commission and our development authority looked at an empty field out in Mineral Wells. And for some reason he saw putting a distribution facility all the way from Idaho and build a 1 million square foot building was a great idea. With our lending institutions and the support of the State Development and County Development Office, they found that out. They built a 1 million square foot building and operated Coldwater Creek, a distribution facility for women's apparel. I think when my dad did that, he and I talked and we thought how wild it was that a company all the way from Idaho would find a facility in Wood County. 11 years ago, when we first met some people from Hino and they decided to base themselves in Williamstown, I had the honor and privilege of speaking at that grand opening. And I said, I really think it's wild that a company all the way from Japan would come here. In the back of my mind, I thought my dad thought Idaho was a far way away, and he was off base. But 11 years ago when they came, there was a lot of hope involved. There was hope that West Virginia would provide the workforce that was necessary, that the local government would provide the support that was necessary, and that they would be able to employ people. I think the big story here today in my mind is that after 10 years they have proven that Wood County citizens are a great quality workforce. Without our team members that work for Hino, they would never have made this next investment. So I'm proud of the people that live in Wood County. I'm proud that they decided to invest here. And I'm excited to see what the next 10 years will bring for us. And I hope that I'm back here 10 years from now for the next big announcement. But welcome. Welcome for your expansion. And we're so happy that you're here today. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Blair. Up next, it's my pleasure to introduce Mayor Tom Joyce with the City of Parkersburg.
I promise I'll be brief. I want to again extend thanks to President Ono and particularly it's really exciting for the city of Parkersburg. You know, I'm a Wood County native. I've lived here all my life, and oftentimes when you have my job, you hear all the bad stuff. And you know, we need jobs, and what are you going to do for jobs? And I'll be honest with you folks, I didn't do anything. I want to take my hat off to Ed McDonough and Lindsay and all the folks on the Wood County Development Authority. When I first met Lindsay, it was shortly after the election. Her and Ed were talking about they wanted to hit singles and doubles. Well, I think they jerked one out of the park, so I'm really excited about that. And on behalf of the City Council, I want to extend again a big welcome to the new partners that we have in Parkersburg. And real quick, I want to recognize Ricky Yeager. Ricky is our development director for the city of Parkersburg. And believe me, Ricky did a lot more work in assisting the development authority through this process than I did. So I would like to give Ricky a round of applause, if you will. And the last thing I'll say is I believe what most everyone has said. I believe in West Virginia. I believe in Wood County. I certainly believe in the city of Parkersburg. And it's a great day to be a Mountaineer. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Joyce. It's my pleasure next to introduce a lady who I have known for a long time, Miss Mayor Jean Ford of the City of Williamstown.
President Ono, Secretary Thrasher, Steve Stonecker, my good friend. This is a little difficult for me tonight. I just want to say good evening to everyone here. You've been so supportive of me and Hino in Williamstown. It's after 10 years of togetherness in our community. Of course, I'm very happy for the decision, but also sad to think that possibly the community of Williamstown might no longer have Hino here. We have developed a relationship that's almost like a marriage. Hino came to town. They got involved with our elementary school, Williamstown, as a partner in education. They took certain days when the weather was bad or they couldn't do things, and they came out into our community and they helped the elderly people mow their grass, do whatever they couldn't do themselves, keep their lawns up. Just, they worked in our parks to help beautify our parks. They helped our police department in updating their department. There are so many community projects that I couldn't begin to mention them all. We fell in love with Hino, and they grew to care for us. We were so very happy 10 years ago when a foreign company chose Williamstown. It was a first-class move. Now, it's time to think about growing the economy, putting many more people to work, being happy that Hino chose our area to grow. So happy that Williamstown was a part of the progress. We'll look forward to the future of being one big happy family in the Mid-Ohio Valley. Congratulations, Hino. You are the best.
Thank you, Mayor Ford. Next, I'd like to introduce the chairman of the Parkersburg Wood County Area Development Corporation, Mr. Ed McDonough.
Okay, we're nearing the end here, so don't everyone get too concerned. And as we near the end here, if you'll bear with me just for a few minutes, I really want to personally recognize a few of the people that have invested a great amount of time in bringing this project to fruition. I know there are many people with the Hino organization who've been working on the viability of this project for some time. But I know the ones that we worked with, and I want to recognize them. And I thank everyone for their dedication to the process. But especially I want to recognize Steve Stolniker, Brent Crane, Christine Davis, who I don't think is here, but Davy Jung, and President Owen. We really appreciate everyone's commitment to this project, and they have been. Likewise, there's a number of people associated with the Development Authority that have dedicated countless hours towards this project and were tasked with seeing that something positive for the economy of Wood County would happen with this property. I thank everyone for their devotion to this project. However, I'd be remiss if I didn't single out 3 individuals from the Development Authority's perspective who I believe were invaluable to bringing us to this day. First, Lindsay Anderson in the back of the room. Could you wave? Lindsay Anderson and the leadership of United Bank over the last 2 years have just been fully invested in this process. Not too many people maybe realize this, but over the past 2 years, we've had a weekly Thursday at 4 p.m. meeting at Lindsay's office to review the status of the building, review various prospects, evaluate marketing strategies, evaluate repairs, maintenance, and generally determine the steps to an optimal outcome. Lindsay understood the importance of placing this building in the proper hands for the growth of Wood County, and she worked tirelessly toward that end. Thank you very much, Lindsay. Mr. Bays has been mentioned before from Bowles Rice, but I can't mention him enough. Bob has donated countless hours since the bankruptcy of Coldwater, not only to guide the authority through that legal maze, but he was highly instrumental in every step of the evaluations and the eventual negotiations that culminated in the purchase. 4 p.m. meetings I mentioned, Bob was there. Thank you, Bob. And finally, Lindsay Pearsall. I can't describe how blessed the Development Authority is to have Lindsay as our executive director. Nor could I ever explain in sufficient terms the time and devotion she has dedicated to this project. From finding 15-year-old blueprints, from leading tours of the property, answering calls at all hours of the day and literally the night, securing appraisals, and even occasionally cleaning bathrooms. All of this while bringing the Development Authority into its modern state. Lindsay was the lead in negotiations and worked tirelessly with Hino management to answer their every question. Oh yeah, 4 o'clock meetings, she was there. And putting this evening together, yes, it was Lindsay. Thank you, Lindsay. This is certainly a great day for all Mid-Ohio Valley. I like to consider this a grand slam home run. And I appreciate the possibility and the opportunity to serve in that effort and to assist our valued corporate citizens, Hino Motors. Thank you.
I want to thank everyone again who played a role in making tonight a reality. Most importantly, I want to thank President Ono and Hino Motors for your ongoing commitment to the people and workforce in Wood County and the Mid-Ohio Valley. Like Ed, I would be remiss if I didn't thank a couple of people as well. Some will be repetitive, but I want to thank specifically from Hino, President Ono, Davey Jung, Steve Stolniker, Brent Crane, and Christine Davis, who I now have no problem calling anytime between 6 a.m. and midnight. I'd also like to thank Lindsay Anderson and the consortium of banks. It was definitely a team effort on this project, and I appreciate your support so much. You have no idea. Thank you to the Wood County Commission, and thank you to everyone that's helped, whether it be Wendy and Courtney in my office who helped me stuff folders, Ricky, who has been to countless meetings with the engineering department to make sure we could get this project through in a timely manner. You'll hear more from me at my annual meeting on October 11th, but I truly believe that economic development is a team effort, and without the whole team, we wouldn't be here tonight. So thank you so, so much. With that being said, for members of the media, please join us for a brief opportunity to ask any questions, and for everyone else, we're going to open those doors back here behind Mr. David Warner, if you want to raise your hand. And there will be food and beverages back there, beer and wine and snacks. So please help yourself. And again, thank you so much. At this time, I'd like to have the Hino representatives come up.
Hey, Steve. Follow me.